Now, it's interesting when we realize just how futile and fleeting time is. I can remember when I was young how slowly the days went by. I just didn't realize what it really meant, what time meant. I would continue to live in the present, and the present never ended. Even into my 20s and 30s, I failed to realize how fast time was passing. And now that I'm almost into my 70s, the days seem to fly by. And I begin to think about the end of my life. Sometimes I grieve over the time that I wasted. And that grief causes me to realize that I can do more in the time that I have left. Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 6-month reading plan through the book of Psalms, today's reading is Psalm 90, and I encourage you to read that psalm. Well, Psalm 90, 10 through 12 says, "As for the days of our life, they contain 70 years, or if due to strength, 80 years. Yet their pride is but labor and sorrow. For soon it is gone, and we fly away. Who understands the power of your anger and your fury, according to the fear that is due you? So teach us to number our days, that we might present a heart of wisdom." Now, it's very interesting how we view our time in the particular phases of our life. I think that as we progress and grow older, we begin to realize the concept of time. When our children were young, we came up with a way for them to tell time, so to speak, and to realize what time consisted of. So when we were planning an event or something was going to happen in the future, we would tell them how many more sleepings that they would have to have prior to the event occurring. And so that kind of gave them a sense of reality. Now, I do that with years and decades. The Blanchard side of the family tends to live longer than the Jacobus side. Male Blanchards live into their 80s. Female Blanchards tend to live into their 90s. So realistically, I can give myself 10 to 12 years under normal conditions. So what am I going to do with those years? Am I going to spend them as I've spent the last 69 years, or will I double down on what I know I need to do? But having said this, I want to close with something that's very important. While I certainly have wasted time in the past, it has not been wasted in God's eyes. Everything that we go through, everything that we experience, everything we have can be used by God to teach us how to walk closer to Him. Wasted years are not truly wasted if we take the principle and apply it that we might have learned through that experience and apply that to our lives in the future. Take the experience that God has allowed you to have, both good and to bad, and to use them so that you may walk closer to Him with the time that you have left. And if you would like a PDF copy of this entire reading plan, please send an email to phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.